No, that wasn't me stalling for suspense. The game was simply bugged. So Overwatch 2 had a rocky start. The queues were lasting hours and some people weren't getting in at all. Glitches that caused some heroes to be removed, and then a myriad of other issues we are still unfortunately discovering. Despite this, a lot of people immediately jumped into rank. I, using my massive brain and IQ after hearing people were being DC'd in the middle of games even after waiting hours to get into the game, did not insta-lock competitive. I waited a very long time. 3 days. I held off only 3 days. Since my competitive roots are in the old pre-roll queue Overwatch 1 style, I hit the flex queue. Let fate decide. Spin the wheel and let destiny choose my gameplay experience. And fate hated DPS and tank. Since the game wanted me to play support so bad, I gave in and decided to knock those placements out. To give a brief overview of my competitive history, I used to play a lot of competitive back in the single-digit seasons, and tapered off into not even finishing my placements later on until finally quitting the game for 2 years. I am the average Overwatch player. Someone who dedicated a lot of time before goats wore down my spirit and double shield killed it entirely. In that time, I used to play with a controller on PC because my wrists were so messed up trying to play on keyboard that I couldn't reliably play as long as I could holding a controller. A few months before Overwatch 2's launch, I came back to the game. I made a few changes, both controls and lifestyle, and made playing with a keyboard not as damaging as I was before, and thus able to finally use keyboard and mouse. It only took 1,000 hours into my playtime to play properly. This is all preamble to say I cannot understate this enough. My MMR is most likely horribly messed up. From the break to the playstyle, coming back to Overwatch 1, I left my games absolute messes, and coming into a rebalanced Overwatch 2, I now realize there's a lot of growing pains. So when I saw that competitive placements were also bugged, or at least an intentional soft reset that Team 4 called a bug when people got upset about it to give them copium, I was actually relieved. I was hoping for a complete MMR reset, a way to start fresh without the baggage of poor life choices in the previous game, but I also get to keep my Widowmaker Noir skin, and this was the closest we were going to get to it. Understandably, when my placement finally loaded in, I was placed Bronze 5, okay, that isn't Bronze 5, so I didn't place as low as I thought, but it could be a long grind back to the top of the bell curve at Plat. Support at this elo felt like a nightmare. With no off tank, there's no peel. In solo queue at this level, there wasn't peel in the first place. I understand now why flex queue put me in support, why no one wanted to play the role. I left my placements thinking of abandoning the support role entirely to play DPS and tank only for the remainder of the season. It quickly killed my love of being a flexible player. Why play a role that was a glorified walking back from spawn simulator? Instead of giving up, I did some thinking. Crunched the numbers. Looked at my game reports. Every support now has an ability to escape, displace the enemy, or invincibility. Zenyatta, famously the most diveable hero in Overwatch 1 that you might as well unplug your monitor against any hero that looks at you, now has a kickback melee with more damage and no pesky cooldown. Mercy's Guardian Angel now has 3-dimensional slingshot depending on your directional key, and super jump is super easy on a button. Ana's sleep dart was not removed despite the commitment to remove hard CC from anything other than the tank role. Brig is an off-tank disguised as a support who can dash through the map like a Genji with a shield. Lucio's boop, speed boost, and wall ride still makes him one of the hardest targets to hit in the entire game. Moira can fade away, throw a skill orb, and suck her way to victory. Kiriko has a teleport that goes through walls and a skill shot immortality AoE. BAP still has an immortality field that you can easily LOS around corners. They didn't remove or rework it for whatever reason. This isn't even going into the damage numbers, the larger bullet hitbox, the self-heal passive, their ults, the lack of reasonable damage fall-off range. All of this is to say every single support can defend themselves from an attacker, whether it's through damage, escaping, or displacement. So supports aren't too easy to dive. I was wrong. Players like myself just need to get used to the 5v5 environment. Instead of giving up on the role, give up on the old 6v6 playstyle and mindset. Many players still cling to the 2016 mindset of how to play Overwatch, and it hasn't been right or good in a very long time. I've had people complain to me about choosing Mei on attack when she's a defense hero in 2022. The defense category hasn't existed in 4 years. When you don't change your mindset for an ever-evolving game, that's when it becomes a skill issue. and you deserve to stay Bronze 5. Changing mindset and evaluation is the first step to growth. It might just help you get back to where you used to be, and even climb beyond. Alright, thanks for watching. Those are just some of my thoughts post-support placements that I wanted to get out there. If you're interested in more content like this, please like and subscribe. I plan to do something similar for DPS and take placements as well, but I have to actually, do them.